What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Spotlight 39. I'm Rob Odie. As you see, we're joined by a very special guest. Before we get to him and his introduction, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you don't already. If you do, we definitely appreciate you coming back, supporting these young men living out their dreams. That's what Spotlight 39 is all about. More importantly, check out the foundation, 39 Hearts. All the information is on the website, spotlight39.com. Every strong athlete needs a strong heart. So that being out the way, man, tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do. We're gonna have a great conversation. Go ahead, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm Dyzier Carter. I go to Woodbury Forest School in Virginia. I play receiver, class of 2026, and I'm committed to Rutgers University.
All right. So now that he's got the intro out the way, man, we know he's committed to Rutgers. Rutgers kind of came out of the blue, a little unexpected. Some say it's a little early. That's TBD, right? The young man said it felt like home, and we're gonna learn why. But before we do, let's kind of rewind the clock and let's kick it off with the journey. When did you start playing football, and what really made you fall in love with the game?
I've just always been around the game of football. My dad played, and I've always watched him play. My brother played, and I've always been around him ever since he was playing little league. I was on the sideline giving him water, so I've just always been around it, and I just decided to get in it, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, so you started early, right? You played, youth ball. Through youth ball, you came up, and I first got eyes on you at the Massaponax Louisa High School game, your freshman year, right? So was that two years ago, right?
Two
I'm
years ago, yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So I'm on the sideline. I think you were touchdown number three in, and I'm thinking, man, like, who the hell is this young man? I'm on the sideline just trying to figure it out because honestly, I had no clue, right? I'm still trying to figure it out. And after the game, I quickly learned that you were a freshman. You and your teammate, right, Savion. I said, man, there's no way y'all are like 14 years old. Like y'all look like grown men. And then as I got to continue to watch, the rest of the season, I think I came to a couple more Louisa games, and I really got to see what you guys did, right? And then you transition and
Yes, sir.
you go to Woodbury, and then it's like you went from high school to college just in that transition because your total physicalness of your body grew, right? I mean, obviously you got bigger, stronger, faster, and you're playing probably a little deeper competition. And now all of a sudden, we're going into our junior year, and you're one of the top ranked kids in the country in the wide receiver, division. Walk us through how you got there, right? Who do you train with? What programs do you work out with? Do you do 7-on-7? Like, what's that journey look like to where you're at now?
Yes. I got my older brother. I train with him every day, day and night. I mean, if it's something that I need to work on, I'm calling him and I'm gonna ask him for drills that I need to work to help me work on that specific thing. And some 7-on-7. I got a 7-on-17 beast mode out of Fredericksburg. DJ Palmer, he coaches that. And I actually got to play with level 82 in OT7 Nationals in Florida with Torrey Smith, and that's actually where I met Gavin, the 2026 commit for Rutgers, the quarterback, and that's where we started making our connection there, and hopefully we bring that to Rutgers for 2026.
Man, so you kind of tied in where I was headed, right? Obviously, Gavin's been the QB1 for Level 82's national program with Tori and squad. I got to see Gavin at a handful of tournaments this year. And, I think last season at the Trinity game, I was talking to you and your pops about, I was like, look, man, if you do anything next year, you should play with Level 82, right? And then come full circle,
Yes, sir.
you may not have rocked the whole season, but you most definitely got in the game. You got in probably one of the bigger tournaments with the OT7, which was a pretty cool experience. I was happy that you were able to connect the dots and make that happen. And then once you committed to Rutgers, I very quickly started connecting the dots to Gavin. So obviously that part made pretty common sense. If he's going to be QB1, you're wide receiver one. Why not take over and do your thing in Rutgers? So that's a pretty cool moment. But now let's talk about the recruiting process and how we got to Rutgers. So, when did you get that first, blessing? Who was it? When did it come? And then kind of walk me through the remaining process that ultimately got you to your decision at Rutgers.
Yeah, I got the Rutgers offer like around 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, and I actually was close with some three of the coaches that are at Rutgers right now. From my older brother at Fordham, they coached him, was the his receiver coach for his freshman year. Coach Shaw, my older brother, and Coach Timms is a DB coach. So I've been close with them ever since I was around 10 years old, and just going to Rutgers around 6, 7 times. I always got close with all of the coaches there, Coach Brock, Coach Perry, the two receiver coaches at Rutgers. I mean, not a lot of colleges can say they have two college coaches in the same meeting room at one time. So that was a plus for another reason I committed to Rutgers. And Coach Coach Iano was like a really good head coach. He kept it 100 at all times. He told you what you needed to hear. So, and Coach Sharaka, the OC at Rutgers, he gonna make the plays, the call plays that I feel like could put me in the right spot to get me to where I need to be and where I want to go. So that's another reason Rutgers was. That's the reasons Rutgers was the pick for me.
All right, so that's why Rutgers. So obviously you had a handful of opportunities that came out, right? Penn State, Tennessee, Michigan. There's a pretty long list. You visited a handful. You're a 2026, so you still got a good amount of time. You know why now? Why was now the moment? You just went on a visit to Rutgers. For the barbecue, and then bang, you come back and you're committed to Rutgers. So why now?
I just felt like right now was the time to do it. I mean, the feeling that I had every time that I went there was always the same. They kept it always the same. Everybody there gave me the same energy. Same energy and kept it 100. So I mean, I just felt like that time to commit to Rutgers was that time when I was just up there. So I went ahead and did it, and I still got the same love after I committed. So
All right. So we're going to Rutgers. We still got some high school ball to play, right? So let's talk about the remaining 2 years. This year coming up specifically, what are some goals that you have in place, and specifically, how do you plan to achieve those goals?
yes, I just plan on achieving those goals by just working on my craft. I mean, I would still want to get bigger, stronger, and faster, and develop more of a receiver. And once I get there, then I feel like I'll be an elite receiver. But I still got a lot of training to do with my route running, speed, learning the defense, learning how the DB is playing, releases to work on how the DB is playing. I still need to just get my football intelligence up so I can be an elite receiver. So when I get to Rutgers, I'm already ready to go.
All right, I can dig it. I've watched the development. It's continuing to get more and more elite as you continue to grow, man. So that's exciting in itself. But what about specific goals for the team? What are some of the big matchups that you're looking forward to this coming season? I know you play Trinity. I think you guys have St. Christopher. What is it, Georgetown Prep? I mean, you've got a pretty deep schedule. So what are you looking forward to this season, and why?
Yeah, some schools from last year, we got a lot of them that we need to get some get back on because they got us good last year, but we're definitely coming ready this year, and a lot of them know who they are. So I'm not gonna say any names. So, but they know who they are and why we're coming for them.
All right, look, I got no problem naming names. So I'm personally looking forward to the Trinity game. I'll be in the building for that. I got the St. Christopher's on the tour. Got Georgetown Prep. I got Flint Hill. I think I got y'all are in at Flint Hill, so I got you there.
We
There's one more. I got y'all like 5 games, man. So there's gonna be plenty of
You
highlight reels.
got to come to the EHS. I call EHS out just because that's just a school that we don't like, and
All right,
that's the school that we always gonna want to get. EHS is a school that we want bad.
all right. So look, we might have to revisit the schedule then, man, so that I can finally witness that because that's the big joint where when y'all play at home, y'all turn it into like a full bowl stadium, right?
It is. It turned into a bowl. Yes,
Man,
sir.
we'll make that happen one either this year or next year, hands down. It's going down. But
One of them, you got to be there.
yeah, 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 yeah. So let's do this. Let's probably talk about the hardest thing it is to talk about, and that's not talking about sports. That's talking about yourself. For everybody out there, we can look at the social media that we got on here, right? We can see who Hollywood Fats is, Dyzier Carter, right? We see backflips, we see the smile, we see the showboat, and we see the talent. But what we don't see is who you are as a young man outside of the game. And the reality is, you're still a young man. You're still a kid. You're what, 16 years old at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so still a young man growing in to be a man. So what is it that you like to do outside of the sport? You know, whether that be, you know, your favorite musician, concerts, video games, hobbies, community involvement. Talk to me, man. Like tell us who you are as a person.
Oh yeah. I mean, as you know, I'm from Louisiana, Virginia, so there's not much you can do out here. It's really the country. So I mean, I really love to fish. I could fish every day if I had the time to do that. I love playing video games, Warzone, MLB, the new NCAA 25. I play that a lot now because that just came out.
Xbox,
Um,
PlayStation,
you said what?
Xbox or PlayStation.
Xbox. I'm an Xbox guy.
All right. What else you
But
got for?
yeah, in Louisa, there's not really much to do but train and play video games and fish. So that's really the main things I do.
All right. So there's that. Now here's the fun part. We're gonna close this thing out. We've been talking for probably about what 10, 15 minutes now. I want you to now talk directly to the fan base at Rutgers University. Tell them what they get to look forward to for the remainder of your high school career, and then once you get over the line and get into college, once you get on campus, man. So talk to the fans. Tell them what's up.
The Rutgers fans need to get ready cause Showtime is definitely about to come to the city.
Showtime to the city. And look, you can look at spotlight39.com for plenty, plenty, plenty of those highlights, man. Because, like I said, I think I got like 5 or 6 of the games on the calendar. So, with that being said, I'm Rob Odie. That's the new Rutgers commit, 4-star 2026 wide receiver Dyzier Carter out of small town, Louisa County, Virginia, by way of Woodbury Forest School. So make sure you tap in, follow him on social media, IG, X, all of that. His highlights are coming, man. It's showtime. Rutgers fans, get ready. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I appreciate y'all. All right.